3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. One more person. Okay, we can start slowly first. Okay, you can have a look at the slide first. Check the slide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9. Okay, so we start by doing introduction to JavaScript. All right, we start by doing introduction to JavaScript. Over the weekend, I have a lot of message from you guys. All right, so I check from time to time. It was over the weekend. Worst case, I will check on Friday, next Friday. But sometimes I check from my Slack and everything. So that's why sometimes I check from my phone. Sometimes I check from my phone. Sometimes in the middle of the work and everything. So that's why, if anything, I will let you know. Okay, for this one, all right. Yes. Okay, for this one, so we start with JavaScript. All right, we start with JavaScript. So when you start, not only JavaScript, any other programming language, or even when you start talking about any other programming language, it's actually a set of instruction. All right, so that's what I'm trying to show you here. All right? It's not what is a burrito. So when somebody asks you how to make a burrito, normally you will give them a set of instruction. All right. So how does a set of instruction look? It's procedural lah. Right? Procedural means you start with get out the rice cooker. So number one, right? You start with fill it with the rice, fill it with water, cook the rice, chop the vegetables, stir fry the vegetable, and then somewhere over here you will have something that is depending on the situation, right? Depending on the situation. We call it conditional, right? So you have procedure and then you have conditional. What is the condition that I put here? So for example, you will taste test the vegetable, right? You will taste test the vegetable. So if the veggies are good, right, you're going to remove it from the stove. All right, so I taste test the veggie aren't good, right? And then I add more pepper and spices, all right? Which means that why do I stop here? It doesn't mean that you read from top to the bottom, right? If you're reading a book, yes. So if you're reading a book, all right, if you're reading a book, you're reading from top to bottom. But in programming kan, you read a little bit, and then sometimes you jump, right, from one page, from one line to another line, right? So for example, if the veggies are good, right, it means that I can jump directly here. It means that I can jump directly, because if the veggies are good, right, obviously it's not, this one is a condition where it's not good, right? This one is the condition where it's not cooked enough, right? So you until certain part, right? Until certain part, you read it and then you jump here. All right, and then hit the tortilla, add the rice to tortilla and everything. All right, I think there is Shamil. Oh, okay. So yeah, you should tell me that I didn't share screen, so that's why. Okay. Okay, sebab saya dah ni dah. Alright. So somewhere over here kan, somewhere over here. Alright. So that's then you talk from procedural. Alright, top to bottom. Alright, and then just now I was talking about conditional. Alright, conditional means depend on situation. Alright, conditional depend on scenario or certain case, or certain criteria. Right, and there is one more thing which is repeat until. Right, this I call it repetition. Right, repeat until. Alright, dia macam masak juga, repeat until. It's like macam like you cook. Alright, like you cook. Macam this one no lah, but I can imagine when you try to eat masak sambal ikan bilis, sambal petai or something, right? So I know I also learn from my mom. Sebab nak kena pergi overseas, I have to learn it, right? How she learn it is you have to the chili you have to stir the chili, alright, until minyak naik, alright. So that's a very, so it's like stir. Kenapa tak ada lagi? Kenapa saya tengok nanti tak ada lagi yang kelas? Ke dia yang salah? Sekejap. Yeah, I'll give the link to him. Shamil. Kita ada ni. Shamil, SY ke SM? SY. Okay, so I was saying kan, masa you masak kan, and then actually masak chili kan, you say like, okay, putar sampai naik minyak, right? So do this, right, until something, do this until something. So you apa lah, ni letak chili, go chili until the oil cover the chili kan, sampai naik minyak. Alright, so that's one step, right? That's one step. For those who watch Gordon Ramsay and Aunty Aini kan, so itulah Aunty Aini kata okay, pusing sampai naik minyak. Alright, but if Gordon Ramsay might tell it different way, right? Turn it 10 times. Alright, so jadi because kalau there is this video kan, Aunty Aini and Gordon Ramsay, very precise cook. Aunty Aini is you look, right? You look and feel. So you can, Gordon Ramsay can say, right, pusing, right? So it might be do this, all right, 10 times, all right? Do this 10 times. So sama ada you boleh kacau sampai naik minyak, all right? You stir it until the oil come out, or you did 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? So it's okay lah, jadi right? So you do it 10 times. I think even like if you bake cake kan, dia memang cakap tau, right? If you bake cake, you pukul 10 kali, 3 pusingan ke kiri, 3 pusingan ke kanan, right? 3 here, right? So that's how normally you cook lah, right? That's normally how you create instruction, especially you create instruction to create a recipe, right? You ask them to read from top to the bottom. You give them condition, right? That's what we call a conditional, right? Depend on scenario, right? Kalau, right, if the color is not green and if the color is not yellow, you do this. Ataupun if the color is red, you do this. Alright, if yalah kan sometimes minyak tak cukup kan, right? So if the color is still merah cerah, you put more oil. If the color is ni, you do this, right? If you do something in this, you do like this, right? So the keyword is if lah, right? If over here, all right? And they have repetition, right? Repetition also have 2 times, all right? You do repeat until, all right? I repeat this until minyak naik, or you can also do repeat X times. All right? So that's the keyword, all right? The keywords that you might see, all right, in a simple in programming. This is the simplest that it can be. Read from top to the bottom. All right, and then from using only by using these 3 principles, you don't even need 100 principles. You only need to understand these 3 principles, right? Procedural, conditional, repetition. You're going to try to resolve a lot of problems throughout the next 7 weeks. 5 weeks, 5 weeks, 5 minggu lagi. Alright, so even last time also kan, when we did when we did the transformation kan, right? Well, transformation, there are some things that's coming that you use this. I think it's repetition. Okay, so that's basically what programming is all about. Right? It's just like creating a recipe. You're going to create a set of instruction to resolve a certain problem. Last week you do HTML CSS, itu tak kira programming lah, right? That's normally we call it front end language, right? Front end language. This one we call it a programming language, right? Even UI UX designer, even designer also sometimes they learn HTML CSS, so tak consider programming lagi lah, right? So once you learn this, then we can consider that you know how to program. So just to recap, right? So HTML, right, is the language to create the structure of an application. So I highlight the keyword there. The keyword is a structure of an application. And then you have CSS, right? CSS is a language that create the style, right, to be implemented in the HTML. So HTML is the structure, CSS is the style. And then JavaScript is what makes it dynamic, right? So that's what JavaScript is. So you have structure is one, style is for CSS, and JavaScript what make it dynamic. What does dynamic mean? Right, it can be last time we saw, right? We saw together. In case you forgot, we go to Asia Big. Okay, like this one, right? Dynamic. Just now, as the page load, you see that there is this spinner, right, coming up. Right, as the page load just now, you see there is a spinner, right? No, it does not come out anymore. The loading thing comes out just now. Right? And then you have this. Alright, alright, so there is a spinner, there is a just come up. So you know, like every 5 seconds, right? Move to the next picture. Every 5 seconds, move to the next picture. Right? So that's also what makes it dynamic. And of course, there is animation. There is this the loading part, right? And then there's a dynamic data as well. What is a dynamic data? Dynamic data is, for example, Facebook lah, right? I don't need to go that far. You see Facebook, right? Sometimes the data is always up to date. Right, the data is always up to date. Every time is loading something. All right, so that's what dynamic data. And I think one of the questions that I asked on the first week, all right, what is the difference between the HTML sorry, between a static and a dynamic website. So normally, a dynamic website, the data change from time to time, always change from time to time. And I have this big points calculator. All right, so you have this big point calculator. Is this big point calculator? I think is you put from where to where, right? From where to where, you will get. It will be able. Kuala Lumpur, and if also there. Malaysia, Kuala. This one is very interesting, right? You see, this is also an example of dynamic data, right? Because when I type Malaysia, I see this, right? When I type Thailand, right, I see another set of cities, right? So this is an example of dynamic data. Not only that, all right, so let's say that I select Kuala Lumpur, all right, whatever that I have here is different, all right? But let's say that I change Kuala Lumpur, I will just say KK, right? Then I will have lesser option here, right? So this is another example of dynamic data, all right? Whatever that you saw here, all right, might be different based on the city that you selected. Okay, bedtime. Hello, Edge also. I can't remember what is it. Okay, calculate. All right. So it's basically I think they calculate how many from this is the ticket price. From this ticket price, it will tell you how many points you would get, right? If you buy using Asia Pay. All right. I want to show you, all right. So these are some of the things, all right. So it's well, this is very technical. I'm sorry, this is very technical for you, but basically showing things that dynamic, generally, the one that I mentioned, perform mathematical calculation. All right. For example, calculating something. So let's say that I ask you to create a binary number converter, right, using JavaScript. So by the end of these 2 weeks, you should be able to do it, right? You should be able to, you need to understand the concept, and you should be able to do something that's similar to binary number calculator last time. So if that is pressed, do something. When the picture is pressed, do something. Right? You will retrieve the current time, determine the user screen size, perform action. I think you just need to understand this three. You just need to understand this. If I ask you questions, right, or if you get this question on interview, right, you just need to understand that three things. Okay. Let's open CodePen last time, and then you select create a new pen. All right, open CodePen and select a new pen. Okay, I will get a glass for to drink because I talk too much. Give me 1 minute, sir. I do. Okay. Alright, CodePen then. CodePen opened. Okay. Alright. Okay. Anyone else? Okay ya? Ke memang dua orang je? Okay. Alright. So bila majority ni lah. I takut I'm too fast. Alright. Or some of you might sir, I forgot to install I forgot my password or something, right? So that's why I asked. Okay. So masa you belajar maths, right? When you learn in school, right? There is this thing that you learn which is called a variable. It's a variable. You learn lah. So for example, kan you learn x equals to A apa 10, B equals to apa Y equals to 3, alright? What is x plus Y, alright? So this is something that you seldom see when you learn maths last time in school. Okay. So in programming, this is called a variable. So the first topic is called variable. And what is a variable? So in programming also, you can create something like that. Right? You can create something like that. So for example, I have var name equals to Muzaffar. Once I do that, I do console.log name. All right. So I create a new variable. That variable is called name, and the value is Muzaffar. And then I show it on the console, right? So what is it? Show it on the console, show it at the bottom, right? So this is what it means. Show it in the console, show it at the bottom. Okay. So check that. All right, check at the bottom one. Inside the console, you have this, huh?
Sir, sorry sir. Kat mana nak cari konsol tu?
Kat bawah kan nampak ada button console. Tekan button console.
Awal tu ambil yang pen kan ke project?
Pen, create a new pen dalam JS.
Betul lah, saya dah buat ni tapi tak keluar lah.
Kan dekat konsol. Bawah ni ada tak?
Bawah dia kosong.
Kosong. Kat bawah tengok tengok ni. Tengok skrin.
Saya share screen jap.
Ke tersilap pilih.
Mana share screen? Okey, nampak saya kan?
Nampak?
Ni pen kan, nampak ni atas ni pen.
Tu ada konsol bawah kiri.
Sini?
Bawah kiri, bawah kiri.
Oh, sini.
Oh,
naik ke atas lah.
Naik ke atas, baru tulis ya.
Okey. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Alright.
Saya nak cancel screen.
Dah dah.
Okey.
Tak apa. Okay lah. got your name?
Sir, kalau syntax error,
Kalau apa?
ada syntax error.
Syntax tengok betul-betul. Ada silap tulis.
Okay.
Okay, then I will do message. Right, I create a new variable. That variable is called message, and message is hello space plus name. Right, I can do that. Yeah? I can combine two variables. I can combine this with another thing. Right, so console.log message. Right, then I should have hello and then my name lah. Right, so var message equals to hello plus I should have hello kalau ni refresh.
Sorry, tanya yang ni dia tak macam apa HTML dengan CSS yang tag and then you will get the full.
No, this one you have to
tak, I mean the instruction apa the what do you call, like console kan, sometimes kalau kita type con and then you tag baru apa dia bagi full message, dia tak buat macam tu. You have to type everything.
Yeah, you have to type everything. Tak apa, at the same time you try to memorize, hafal lah. Ni macam belajar language baru lah, right? It's like, what's wrong with my things? I think my internet is super slow. Okay. Now I cannot bring out the code. So, okay. Yeah. Let me solve my problem first. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out my stuff. Yeah, console.log is a print function, right? Print on console. So distracted by this. Okay, yeah. Where have it gone? Where have it gone? I don't waste time. Okay, I don't know what happened with it just now. Okay, so this one, yeah, console.name hello Muzaffar. Alright, so I just do this one for a while. I use Safari for a while. Later, masa break, I figure out what's wrong just now. Okay, so any question? Yes, be sure. Yes. Yeah, see your screen. see your screen. Okay, Savan first lah.
Hi, sir. Okay. Why do I have a lot of?
Oh, because every time you type, it will load. It's okay if you have a lot. Every time you type, it will load.
So it's a normal, right, sir?
It's normal. It's normal. Every time you type, everything it will load. It will not go away.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Then, just now, Raj, what's the question? Why tak boleh ada in between name and plus name? What was the question?
So you can, so the question is, so you see when we do the, this screen you see var space message equals to open quote hello, close quote hello plus name. So my question is, kenapa dia tak boleh ada space in between plus dengan nama?
I put space there. See.
Oh,
so jangan masa I sebut pun ada space kan, hello space. For those who yang tak ada space, you have to put space like this. Then you say, oh, space in between hello and name.
So kita kena letak space dalam quotation tu, tak boleh letak dekat luar. Kalau letak dia ada syntax lah.
Correct. Kalau you letak luar, it doesn't, dia tak tahu. Alright, it has to be in between the double quote. You will not know.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Yang I nak tanya tu, yang kalau kita letak space tepi plus space and lepas tu name dia JavaScript tak recognize ke atau dia recognize?
Dia tak recognize.
Dia tak recognize
Dia mesti kat dalam hijau tu, dekat dalam double quote, in between double quote.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
It make no difference lah. It make no difference. Macam ni, it make no difference. It has to be there.
Okay, alright. Pasal I try tadi dia keluar syntax pasal tu.
Okay. Dia ada cara lain lah, but I don't want to worry too much. I don't want to tell that way yet. Buat macam ni je lah.
Understand, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, this variable is called a string. All right, this whatever that you put, whatever when we talk about word, sentence, character, letters, is actually called a string. All right, so this is a string. All right, this is a string. Then we do number 2, number pula, variable, but this one is variable number. Right, so you have var a equals to 10, var b equals to 3. Right, var a equals to 10, var b equals to 3. Okay, then you have here var sum equals to a plus b. Then you do lah console.log sum. Okay, then you should get the thing, right, which is 30, right? So you do for minus darab bahagi. For JavaScript, no need, but to start just put semicolon, right? But normally no, kalau tak ada pun tak apa, but you have to. Most programming language have a semicolon, so you just put semicolon first. But normally for JavaScript, no problem. Kalau tak ada. But I just want you to get the habit, right? Because after this, you might learn something else. PHP ke, Java ke. Then that language have a semicolon. Okay, do for minus product and division. Right, do for minus product and division. Yeah, minus times and division. Apa ni? Oh no, membawah ni sambung je because it's still under number. It's still under number. So actually you just do under number. So the first one is string. String is a character. Number two is a number. Okay. Alright. Okay, I have one var minus equals to a minus b, right? Then you do console.log minus. I have var product equals to a times b, right? Then I do console.log product. Betul ya? You do like this, huh? And then I have var division equals to a divided by b, and then I do console.log division. Okay, so this is what we call number and its operation. Alright, so variable number, this one is number operation. I just put slash there. Number operation. Okay, just now when we put plus just now, right? Actually, this is string operation. String operation. So you have string operation here, alright? Then you have number operation here. So as you can see, string can only have one operation. String can only have one operation, which is plus. Cannot put minus, bahagi tak boleh. But number have actually 5. Alright, the last one is var modulo equals to a modulo a percentage b. Alright, what is a modulo? Is the remainder of a division operation. Right, so that's what modulo is. Right, 10 divided by 3. The answer is 3, but the baki, the remainder is 1. Right, 10 divided by 3. The answer is 3, but the baki, the remainder is 1. So that's what modulo is. The remainder of a division operation.
Seems like I have an error.
Yeah, what's the error?
It says here reference minus is not defined.
What do you call this one? You call it minus or you call it something else?
I call it minus.
Minus. Capital letter, small letter,
All small.
You copy everything you put on slide. I check.
Okay.
Yeah, you buat var sum. Itu semua var sum. And this one is minus product division. Okay. Alright, this one clear? So you have variable, you have number, and then you have operation. And then after this, you will resolve a lot of problems. Sorry, you will resolve a lot of trivias only by using this operation and everything. Only by using this concept, you're going to try to resolve trivias or problems. Okay, the last one before we go for break, dinner and everything. Yes, Kesavan. Is what we call a boolean. So what is a boolean? A boolean is an you should get one for the last one. If you get one, is correct. 10 divide by 3, the balance is 1. So the last one, check you got one. I got one. The last one, the answer should be 1. What error do you get? If you have an error, you have to paste your ni, Kesavan, you copy paste from the beginning. Copy paste from the beginning. Syamil, don't paste like this. Paste like Ash. Paste like this. So see, I cannot read. I cannot read if you paste like that. So you have to use it. I already teach, right? Use this. Paste it, repaste it. See, I can read it. Okay. Syamil, Kesavan, repaste like this. Letak, put here, put inside this. Itu error je. Is this the error? I don't think this is the error. I don't think it's error. I think this one is slack.
But so mine is
No, okay. So you replace your code, but you have to select code block. Ini this one you put console. It have to be console. SOLE.
okay. Okay. Just okay. Nadi. Okay. Thanks.
Syamil boleh tak? Replace balik kod tu, but you have to paste it macam ni.
Dekat kod kan?
Tekan kod, bukan apa, tekan yang kod ni, paste kod je. Sebab dia ni.
Boleh tak?
Tak jadilah. Ni. Kod ni. Okay. Division, ejaan. Baca ni. Alright, whenever you have an error, you baca tau. Alright, can't find variable division. Alright, so you know that this is the error. First of all, tengok you buat var product. This one should be var division lah. So var division, kosong dulu division. And then betulkan ejaan lah. Division, D-I-V-I-S-I-O-N. So check line tu that two line. So normally if you have an error, they will tell out. Alright, they might tell. Alright, they might tell, for example, over here. dia akan cakap lah, alright, I cannot find, alright. So if there is an error like that, you check, alright, you check. Kenapa dia cakap division lah? So you check, you try to ni lah, find it. Okay. Okay. Alright, next. Boolean. Alright, kita buat sikit lagi sebelum maghrib. So Boolean is dua je. True or false. Alright, true or false. We have var. I know lah, hungry. Alright, equals to true. And then you have var tired equals to false. Alright, so var hungry equals to true. Var tired equals to false. So you ni siapa tak belajar fizik? Who don't physics in school? I'm not sure. Well, I assume who don't learn physics? You learn physics in sekolah. So H tak ada fizik. Not sure if you tak belajar fizik, but this concept kat mana kan? Might be this kesalahan KN, right? So you say if you have few things that actually for this one is or and n. Kalau you learn, you tell me. So let's say hungry. Hungry. Yeah. Coffee. Okay, this one I took off 5G, should be clear. So let's say that I have hungry and tired. Alright, so hungry and tired. So hungry and tired is true and false. So true and false will be false. Alright, then you have another one is console.log hungry or tired. Alright, so hungry or tired will be true. Alright, so you have this is an and, this is an or. Right, so this is an and, this is an or. So true and false is false. True or false is true. Right, so that's a logic that you don't know. Another one is console.log exclamation hungry. Yeah. So try one more time. All right, so you have and here, you have or, and then you have exclamation mark. All right, so you have and, you have or, you have exclamation mark. Try first, you should. Yeah, you do you see my screen? Raj, tak je. You don't see my screen, yeah?
No, we don't see your screen at all.
Now?
Now nampak initial je WM.
Nampak apa?
Can't see your screen, sir.
Sorry. Wait.
We don't see any.
Wait. Yeah. Sekarang nampak tak?
No.
Tak nampak.
We see your initial sahaja.
Wait. That's why I when ni sekejap. Okay. Wait.
Kena leave and join code. Nope.
No, when I
It's the same, sir.
yeah, when I ask, even I've done something. Wait, I keluar sekejap ya. Ya, cuba sekali lagi. Now can you see ya? Can you see now?
No.
Yes. And
Yes.
I can't see. I cannot see. You can see this is the screen.
can see.
Okay,
Yeah,
alright.
you can.
That's fine. Alright, so just now, hungry and tired. Alright, hungry and tired. So this one is an and. And means one of it need to be, both of it need to be true for it to be true. Both of it need to be true for it to be true. Alright, so this one, or, alright, and one of it need to be true for it to be true, right? And then the last one is, well, it's the reverse, right? The reverse of the thing, the condition. Still freeze ke? Because still freeze. Where does it freeze? Because I'm not typing anything now. I mean, it stopped until there. I was waiting for you to type.
Nope, tak ada. Okay je.
Because but I didn't type anything at the moment. At the moment, it's not moving.
Sir, I got a question.
Hmm.
For the last one, let's say if hungry is true, that means it's false, is it?
Then it will become false.
Okay.
If it's false, then it become true lah.
Okay.
The reverse condition. Okay. Now my screen bergerak. Alright, just to check lah, right? Just like. Hey, you guys follow my YouTube channel lah? No, I'm not asking you guys to follow. Did you guys follow my YouTube channel? No. Well, good right now. Right, but I have a lot of these are some of the things yang budak-budak SPM buat now. So that's the reason. I don't ask you to follow it, but just FYI, macam these things they learn it on SPM, right? So kalau if you want to mentor, you want to tuition ke apa, you can do it. Yeah, actually you don't need to subscribe lah, right? I just in case you want to help somebody to belajar SPM, you can lah. can't remember where's the thing. Just do that. No need to subscribe. But if you want to help, yeah. But yeah, it's good. It's okay. It's good. That's subscribe. But the thing is, the thing is in Malay, because of they learn it in Malay. Okay, I think I just throw it. Okay, so this thing is very helpful. All right, 3 p.m. Okay. It's not that I'm need for subscription or anything, but yeah, I just telling you this because all this kan base 6 base 2 semua ni benda-benda yang they teach, right? They learn, right? Okay, so I'm giving you the drive link, not the YouTube link. Alright, so we close with this, right? So in case you want to teach the budak-budak tu, right? If you want to teach, wait. Let's finish this one first. If you want to teach the students, right? If you want to teach the student, kan, we always have this one. Okay, you have true, all right, and then you have how normally I do it? Oh yeah, correct lah. You have they get hungry and hungry. Hungry, and then you have tadi kita ada tired kan. Alright, so these are all the possibility the things that can happen. So this one is tired and hungry. Alright, and then another one is all lah, kita buat all juga ya. So this one tired is true, hungry is true. Alright, no, biasanya orang buat macam ni lah, false dulu. Alright, false. Alright, kita buat false and buat tired and hungry is false. Alright, and then you have false here, you have true here, then you have false. Alright, you have true here, you have false here, you have false, but if both is true, then it will become true. Right, so that's the logic for AND. Right, so this AND logic. Okay, and then you have OR logic. OR logic itu balik is become like this. So if tired is false, hungry is false, then it will become false. All right, one of it need to be true, or both. All right, one of it need to be true. And you have tired is false, hungry is true, then this one is true. One of it need to be true. And if tired is true, hungry is false, then it will be true. And then if tired is true, hungry is true, then both are true. Then it's going to be true. Right? So that's this is AND logic, this is OR logic. All right. Nanti you have to understand lah, nanti because you might need to combine multiple condition. And then this one you try to get it in your head lah. For me it's obvious lah, right? But you might need to get it in your head. Okay. Well, to relate to SPM just now, right? To relate to SPM just now, the topic is under logic gate, right? It's more advanced than whatever that you learn now. So the topic is called logic gate. So even in electronic also, this thing exists, right? So you have this one. This is for your information. I just put this as a link. But you this one is just FYI. You don't need to worry about it. Yeah. So you just now I have this one. This is the exclamation mark. All right. This is the N. This is the O. Alright. Yang lain ni tak payah tahu. Alright. Any question? So far clear, all right. I didn't share. Syamil yang share. Alright. I didn't leave on here. I didn't meraih likes or subscriber. But the more people like. Now I'm motivated to create videos. So yeah. It's just boring video teaching programming. Yeah. Okay, so let's break now. Sebab saya nak today I'm going to only give you 20 minutes break. Alright. A bit more Python. Alright, 20 minutes break only. So that's why let's go do it now and then we see at 8 PM. So hari ni pendek sikit. Alright, see you later. Okay. Okay, baru ada tadi. Save. Okay, kita continue. Alright, just now. Alright, so this is how it is. To recap, we have three. This is what we call the data types. Alright, so to recap, we have 5 data types, but we see 3 today. 5 data types overall. Alright, but only see 3 today. And its operation. Alright. So kalau if it's a string, then the operation is plus. Okay. If it's a number, then operation that you see is tambah, tolak, darab, bahagi, and then modulo, right? Plus, minus, times, division, modulo. So that's for number. And then for Boolean, right, the operation is AND and OR. All right, so it's Boolean operation. Right. Conditional operation, it could be condition operation as well. So we stop there, right? We stop there. We're going through the 2 things that I mentioned just now, right? The 2 things that I mentioned, which is conditional. What was it? What did I say? Conditioning, conditional. What did I call it just now? Conditional, all right? Conditional. So if else, right? So let's say that I have here var h equals to 18. Right. Then I do if h is smaller than 18, console.log you cannot watch the movie, right? Else console.log you may watch the movie. You may watch the movie. Okay, right. So try this. So if h is smaller than 18, right, you cannot watch the movie. Imagine that this is a ticket counter and a ticket counter application that you need to scan before going into a movie theater, right, for Avengers. So you have that. If h smaller than 18, you cannot watch the movie. Else, right, you may watch the movie. Okay, try and see. Any problem with if else, let me know. Yes. Okay, done. Okay. Alright. Okay, this is you can change the number to 15. All right, if you change the number to 15, then you will see this. All right, you will see another message. All right, you cannot watch the movie. Right, you can just change var h equals to 15. Okay, now we will do this is old format. Old format means last time they do like this, but in Malaysia now I think it's like this. Alright, so if h is smaller than 13, right, console.log you cannot watch the movie. And then I have else if h smaller than 18, right, console.log you can watch the movie with parents. You can watch the movie with parents. And then last kali else otherwise console.log you may watch the movie. Okay, so see the difference, the difference between this and previous one.
So possible can scroll up further. I want to see I miss out anything or not, sir.
Okay, wait. Check first. No, okay, all right. This one, yeah.
Furthermore, I think starting from the if.
Yeah, this is starting off.
This is starting of the if, huh?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, this one. I move down, huh? I move down. Okay, double check. See, and then see the difference. If you got error, copy paste the entire code. Typo lah, console. This one typo. Let's see this part first. Some text error. See, else if you're missing this. The second else if you have to say else if what? Right? Else if it's smaller than 18. Right? You're missing that part. Okay. Cuba lagi. Anyone successfully at this? Okay. All right. Let's put the token else. This one, same thing as I think same as just now. You see, the second one is not else. The second one is else if h smaller than 18. So else if h smaller than 18. Okay. See, else if h smaller than 18. I'm highlighting h smaller than 18. And you copy your code. Wait. Because I already told you this one is okay. All right, this one is okay. So there is no error with this one. Sorry, this one there is no. This one is just else. This one is just else. This one else if. See, so this one else. Yeah, the first one is else. Buang if. Yeah. All right. So this one is.
The first one I need to buang the if, is it?
Correct. The second one correct. The second one ni ada condition.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Jadi all right, you see, there are two different. The first one is the if else. All right, if else. All right. If I translate it into language, either A or B, or either A or otherwise, not A or B. Either A or otherwise. All right. Either you are lesser than 18 years old, otherwise. So the word else means otherwise, or in Malay dan lain-lain. All right. Lebih smaller than 18. Dan lain-lain, the others, the rest, right? The others, dan lain-lain. Otherwise, right? You may watch the movie. So that's the first one. This one, they have multiple condition, right? So yeah, if it's otherwise, it's else. If not, if it's another condition, then it's else if, all right? If you're smaller than 13, if not, so called if I translate, if you are smaller than 13, if not, if you are, and if you are, right, if not, tapi dia ada if not, right, if you are ni, right, and then the last one is otherwise. Otherwise. So if I translate it to a normal language, it's like that, right? If you are smaller than 13, right? If not, if you are smaller than 18, right? Otherwise, dan lain-lain, right? Dan lain-lain. Otherwise, you may watch the movie. Right? So that's that. So the difference, the first one is if you are smaller than 18, otherwise. Okay. Yang ini pula the logic is if you are smaller than 13, right? If not, if you are smaller than 18, otherwise, right? Otherwise, you may watch the movie. Okay. Tak ada tutup curly bracket ke line ni? Line 50 ni? Tutup curly bracket.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if you understand the concept, all right, you see, based on what we have learned so far, all right, so based on what we have learned so far, create a validator or a sequence that will check if a number is an odd or even number. Alright, if you say that, for example, kan, if I put that 13, if you say that 13 is an odd number. If I put that 8, it should say 8 is an even number. If I put 7, it should say 7 is an odd number. If I say 1, 2, 9, 8, right, if you say that, right, it should work with any number, right? So basically, I have somewhere over here. So var number equals to anything. It could be anything. I could put any number that I want. I want you to show it at the bottom, right? 67 is an odd number, right? If I put here 60, right? If we say that 60 is an even number. Right, if I put 13 there, right, we say that 13 is an odd number, right? Nombor ganjil, nombor genap. Alright, so this is the question. Try to do it in 10 minutes. I don't think it's that hard, but you can try to do it in 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, just now Amirul asked question but I tak perasan. This one is between 12 and 8 because that's why I punya ayat tu tadi. Alright, that's why my word just now was if not, alright. So if you are 13, if not, if you are. So this one is actually between 13 and 18, alright, because we check this one first, then only it goes here. Right, so that's how do I write if it between certain age. So in this case, it's between 12 and 18, right? Or you can use the thing that I teach just now, right? You can add n, right? You can add n, age bigger than 12, right? That's the other way as well, right? But this one is already between 13 and 18, because the word if not, right? Oh, senang sangat ya soalan ni, right? I think macam senang je, ramai dah dapat jawab. 2-3 people dapat jawab so far. I will give you 2-3 more minutes to try to get something to drink as well. Okay. Dah banyak dah ting tong. Alright, so tengok is it your answer? Alright, so if number modulo 2, okay, equals to 0, I will put console.log check. I'm giving you the answer. I'm giving you the answer. You check your code. Is even number, else console.log number is an odd number. Right, so you have this one is an even number, satu lagi is an odd number. So I change this to 32, right? Then I will have an even number. Okay, and check your answer. I will give another question. Another 10 minutes. Siapa yang dah sudah, dia cepatlah. Alright. Another question, another 10 minutes. If not, later pun It's this question. Yeah. Ticket. Just now you have a number validator, right? This one is ticket service validator. Create a validator, all right, for a ticket service, right? Ticket price service with the following rules, all right? With the following rules. Given a ticket price, all right, for less than 18 years old, the ticket price will be 50% of the normal ticket price. For 90 to 40 years old, the ticket price will be the normal price, all right? For 41 to 65 years old, there will be a discount of 25%. And then for senior citizen, 66 years old and above, it will be the same as kid, right? 50%. So basically, all right, you will have something like this now, right? You will have var passenger age. All right, let's see that I have 70, right? And you have var ticket price. This is original price, huh? So let's say that the ori price is 100, right? For 70, then it's going to be 50, right? If I'm not mistaken, 70 years old, 65 and above, it's going to be 50%. All right. So in the end, you're going to show the ticket price is 50 ringgit. Right. If I change it to 35, then you should see you should put the ticket price is 100 ringgit. If I put it 15, then you should put the ticket price is 50 ringgit. All right. So try this. All right. Try this pula. 5 to 10 minutes. 10 minutes lah. Right. No pressure. If you finish early, you pergi minum-minum dulu. All right. Anyone? Suddenly silent. Suddenly silent. Okay. Okay. Not able. Tak apa. Take your time. We tengok half-half. Alright. So once. Then you have to play around with the age lah, right? You have to play around with the age. Stop sharing. Later you remind me if I forget. Okay. think like macam lagi senang ni, but well you are doing it, right? So based on the time, then I can agak lah, right? I can verify. I can agak. Right? So it's almost the same as this one. It's almost the same as this one. Okay. So just now, right? There is this thing, the step of doing this kind of problem, right? So when you have this kind of problem, the idea is you tengok ke atas, you go up, and then you try to see which one is it almost similar, which one is it almost similar to it, right? So you try to figure out. So number one is try to figure out, all right, which is the closest reference. Ni macam baca documentation, or just like reading documentation. But before even you do that, you try to kecilkan, because you have a big problem. Now the problem is quite small, but after this you will have a problem that is going to be big, right? So you try to make it smaller first, right? Try to see which one. Try to make it section by section, right? Section by section. But this one not applicable for this exercise. Try to figure out which is the closest reference. Right? So in our case, I think the closest reference is this one. It's something that's talking about age and everything. Right? And then figure out what the tools that you need to use, and then finally come up with solution. So nanti tomorrow, for example, when we are trying to solve a problem, we will do it in 2 steps. The first step is you come out with 3 ways. Normally I will say 3 things. 3 small things that you need to do, right? So I want you to make it section by section. Let's say that before you have a problem, you read the problem, and then you're going to give me three steps that you're going to do, right? What you're going to do first, right? Number 1, I'm going to do this. Number 2, I'm going to do if else. Number 1, I'm going to do if else by age. Number 2, I'm going to do the calculation, for example. Number 3, then I will show the results. Right? That might be the 3 steps, right? If else by age, all right? Calculate the price, and then show the results, right? So you will come up with this, and then for each of these steps, all right? For each of these steps, you're going to figure out which is the closest reference. So this is your master node. I call this your master node. This is your JavaScript cheat sheet master node or anything. For each of it, you're going to figure out what the tools that you need to use. All right. So the first one is very obvious, right? It's going to be if else. Calculate the price. What is the tools to calculate the price? What are your tools? So you have to know what are your tools first, right? So what are your tools available? It could be this, all right? It could be this. It could be this operation. It could be this, right? And then it could be if else, it could be for loop. Right? So it could be any of the things that I do / which I do the comment. All right, so for example, this one is if else. This one calculate the price, all right? When we talk about calculation, right? Tambah tolak darab bahagi, right? But in this case, it's going to be a darab. And then show the result, all right? Show the result is actually string. And string operation, or string operation. All right, so that's for me. This one is quite straightforward. But before we finish later, right, we will do one that you need to do this. We will do one with this kind of exercise. Kalau tak sempat, we will do tomorrow. There's one exercise that normally I always close the first day with. Right, that's my orientation exercise. Kejap lagi you will see. Alright, so number one, if else. So I'm going to do if. Ni macam tadi lah. Then once you have that, you come up with a solution, right? We come up with a solution. So if passenger H is smaller than 18, right? Else if passenger H is smaller than 25. Else if passenger H is smaller than 40. What is that? Sorry, I forgot the question. Let me check back the question. Macam terlebih. Let me check 50. I think I terlebih. Smaller than 18. Oh, 40. Bukan 25, 40. Alright. After 40, it's 65. And then otherwise the rest of it. Right, so that's correct. Right. So that's number one done. Number two, calculate the ticket price and then show it. Right. So I could say var final price equals to 0.5 times ori price. Alright, then I will do console.log final price is plus final price. Alright, so once you have done that, you can just copy paste. Well, this one no discount, then this one will be ori price, no discount. This one there is a discount, alright, there is a discount here. I can put it 75 because the discount is 25%, and then this one 0.5. Alright. So that's about it. Alright, later I will show you something. I know some of you make a shortcut, not shortcut lah, right? You can make it in one line. But I just want our friend to try to do it step by step first. Right? Just do it step by step first. So this is what we call creating a pseudo code. This is what we call creating a pseudo code. Alright, so I guess you are not far. Alright, I guess you are not far. Try to ni sikit. Alright, I will just put my screen there for another 2-3 minutes. If you need to screenshot, normally you screenshot lah, alright. And then try to adjust your code accordingly. And then after this, we will go to the last part. The last part is for loop, right? The repetition just now. Can, yeah. But as long as you get the result, can. But if you get it, as long as you get the result, it's okay. You just place the number. So there is no one way to do it. As long as you got it right, you just play around with the age. Well, if it's correct, it's correct lah. Okay, if you want, right? I think if you want, because actually kan, if you want, right, you can also do it right away like this, right? You can also do it right away like this. Right? I'm trying to make it step by step, right? So especially this is the first time you do it. Well, this one is just intermediate, right? You can always replace this with this if you can already start to think. But try to do it step by step first. So the last line, I just share it as a reference, right? In case you want to you have an idea in the future, you can do it lah. Right? Yes, console.log can. As long as you get the result, the same is okay. It could be anything. So as long as you get the result, it's okay. It's not one way to get it. Okay. That look, yeah, correct. So if you can need your logic, then okay. Error. What's your error? Unexpected token. This one ada bracket. Kenapa ada bracket sini? No bracket, right? var final price. Line 63, line 17, no need to price. No need bracket. This one, ni salah. This one salah. And then have to get you copy paste after lah salah. Okay, boleh. Everyone got it. Last one. Last tools, not last one. Last tool. So basically you need to remember 5 tools. Alright, so you have your 3 tools just now, and then you have another 2. One if else. The last one is for loop. Alright, so everything is good. Alright, the for loop. Alright, for loop. So how does it work? Very easy, right? Very easy. So the code is for var I equals to 0, I smaller than 10, I plus plus. and then console.log I. Right, so this is for loop, which is a repeat, right? Repeat 10 times. How do I know repeat 10 times? The first one is what I call from, right? From 0 until 10, and then each iteration add by 1, and then this one is show the number. Okay, try first. So from 0, var I equals to 0 means from 0, dari kosong. I smaller than 10 is until 10, sehingga 10. Each iteration add by 1. So I plus plus means each iteration add by 1.
Sir,
Yes.
pergi atas sikit je boleh nak copy yang atas sekejap. Nak screenshot. Atas sikit. Okey.
Tapi kamu ada problem kat sini kan, dah beritahu kan? Buang bracket ni, buang.
Dah.
Ada problem lagi?
Okey. Dah buang dah tapi tak jadi. Tak apa. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, try and see what you should have. You should have 1 to 10, all right? 0, 1, 1 to 9, right? Because it's until 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, done until 9. Okay. Now I change, I terbalikkan a little bit. All right, so from, does indentation matter? It does not matter, but it's good that you indent it properly. So it does not matter, but it's good that you indent it properly. All right. So for var I equals to 10, I bigger than 0, I minus minus. Alright, this time around kita balik pula ya. So console.log I. Alright, so from 10 until 0, right, each iteration, alright, I will minus by 1. Alright, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, show the number. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
boleh tolong tak?
Apa?
Dia tegur lah.
Post your code. See your code, post code tu.
Sekejap eh. Sorry sir.
Sekejap. Mana? Itu tak ada tutup bracket. So sebab tu ni, yang itu lepas final price tu kena tutup bracket.
Sini. Ke lepas is?
Semicolon, sebelum semicolon.
Sebelum semicolon. Sini. Betul.
Ya, itu bukan semicolon. Semicolon di hujung sekali. Bukan. Hujung sekali.
Semicolon yang macam ni
Bukan, itu double quote. Semicolon tu selepas final price.
Sini.
Baca kanan. Final price is RM final price. Tu yang final price kedua tu.
Okey.
Selepas final price kedua tutup bracket shift kosong.
Shift kosong. Okey, sini.
Semicolon, sebelum semicolon. Tu semicolon, nama semicolon.
Oh, semicolon. Okey.
Sama juga line berapa tu? Bawah tu kan? Kat ori price. 31. Lepas satu lagi tu. Tak nampak line berapa.
74.
74. Sama juga. Lepas tu buat dua dulu.
Sini tak ya?
Mana? Itu pun kena juga buat dua tu.
Okey.
Lepas tu satu line tu. Tengok line yang 40 tahun tu. 40 tahun tu kamu buat tapi terbalik.
Oh.
Okey. Kita tengok keluar ke tak.
Dekat sini.
Error juga. Ada lagi tu. Dekat mana ni? To end an argument list. Ni atas. Ni atas lagi. Ni atas. Ni mesti bawa dari atas ni. Ni atas. Ni atas kena baca dari atas. Ada tak yang problem sama? Dia dari mana cik ni? Dari tadi
Tak, yang ini
tak ada
exercise baru lah. Yang sini okey je. Sampai yang
sini okey. Tengok bawah. Console.log terakhir tak ada semicolon, tapi tu tak apa. Letak je semicolon console.log terakhir tu. Ada lagi tu.
Mana sini?
Bawah lagi, bawah. Tapi tu bukan sebab dia. Bawah lagi. Tu yang line console.log final price is tu tambah semicolon kat ujung.
Yang mana? Sini?
Bawah lagi.
Sini?
Console.log final price is RM0.5.
Sini letak semicolon.
Bukan. Hujung lah, hujung.
Oh, hujung. Sini
Mana problemnya ni? Save line 71. Tengok line 71 mana? Minus satu line 71.
Sini.
Mana line 71 tu ya? Itu line 71 ya. Tu ada bracket lagi tu. Ada bracket je lagi. 0.5 darab ori price bracket, ada bracket.
Sini. Betul
Buang bracket tu. Bukan? So buang. Tu. Itu apa tu? Okey dah.
Okey dah.
Alright.
Ini? Lagi.
Dah kan?
Ni? Oh,
tak,
tahu.
Saya dah take over dah tapi dah kan?
Boleh. Thank you sir.
Sampai saya nampak ni 90. Saya nampak apa 9.6. Okay. So this one for 10 clear. So this one is dari, this one is sehingga, this one is every iteration I do what. Same thing as well. This one is dari, this one is sehingga, until, this one is every iteration I do what. I will just do one more to make a difference ni. For var I equals to 0. Alright, I smaller than 10, I plus equals to the lain sikit. Alright, ada 4 equals to 1 lah. Alright, 4 equals, I equals to 1 dari 1 sehingga 10, every iteration add by 2. From 0, from 1 until 10, every iteration add by 2. Console.log I. See what, can you guess what it does, and then see lah what it does. Yeah, because it's plus 2. That's right. This one is every iteration plus 1, right? So the difference is, yeah, is every iteration I will add by 2, right? So I plus equals 2 means every iteration add by 2. And then below I plus equal 3, 4, 5. So that's the last part. Okay, challenge. 2 more challenge. 2 lagi challenge. This one. Based on what you have learned so far, using the 3 steps, the 4 things, I think that one we need to pin lah lepas ni. Lepas ni kita pin lah. Create a multiplication table generator, right? Table CFA, right? Table CFA, which will generate a multiplication table based on the CFA or multiplier and number of lines that a student want to learn for that day, right? Ni macam somebody did this, right? Somebody did this thing. Somebody did this kind of app. So basically, right? So you have, let's say that they say lah, alright, I want to learn CFA 3, right? I want to learn CFA 3. So var multiplier equals to 3. Var lines equals to 12. Alright, so var multiplier equals to 3, var lines equal to 12. Then dia akan buat lah 1 darab 3, 3, alright, 1 times 3, 3, 2 times 3, 6, 3 times 3 times 3, 9, 4 times 3, 12, until in the end 12 times 3 equals to 36. If I change this to 4, then it will become 1 times 4, 4, 2 times 4, 8, 3 times 4, 12, 4 times 4, 16, until 4 times 12, 48. All right, same thing as well. I can also change this. Then the line will be 4 times 15, 60. Okay, so can try to do that 15 to 20 minutes lah for this one. Kalau dah sudah beritahu, kalau dah beritahu, then you can yeah. Just now nampak macam lagi susah kan? I think this one is should be slightly difficult than the if else just now. So can try. Okay, ambil air you first. Okay. Any table so if I put 5 line of sifir 5 14 line, right? 5 sifir 5 14 line, then it should come out accordingly lah. Any table, any line. Okay.
Saya nak tanya boleh tak?
Yes.
Kalau tiba-tiba dia hanging macam ni tu?
Kalau dia tiba-tiba hanging, kena refresh page tu.
Dah refresh lah, tak boleh.
Tak boleh. Kalau tiba-tiba dia hang.
Benda lain boleh buka, ni tak boleh buka. Dia macam stuck tiba-tiba.
I smaller than 10, I bigger than 0. So sebab tu silap buat tu. Tadi save tak?
Save?
Confirm
Haa.
Kalau confirm tutup je lah. Okay, buka balik. Dia tak ada I darab 4 itu yang buat hanging tu.
Oh ya.
Itu yang buat hanging.
Alamak.
Kenapa? Tadi dah save? Habis tu hilang? Hilang ke apa?
Saya dah save ni.
Hilang ke tak jumpa?
Tak apa rasa.
Mana dia hilang?
Hilang semua tu ke?
Ke tak jumpa? Tak apa. Nanti you tengok balik video ni, kena buat balik dia mula.
Baik saya.
So boleh belajar 2 kali. Buat masa ni boleh refer ke slide
Thank you sir.
Alright. Okay, so I think some of you also got it already. All right, so let's not I will just try to see. So what's the closest exercise? All right, so what? Yeah, what's the closest exercise for you to check? This one, yeah, as long as you get the result. Okay, as long as you get the result, it's okay. One number and one modifier both can. Actually, normally you only do one. Normally you only select one. So you have to check. You adjust it so that it will only have one. Okay. Make it section by section. I think this one we can start to do it first. Right? Make it section by section. Try to figure out which is the closest reference, figure out what tools you need and come up with a solution. So I think this one macam tadi juga. If I have to do 3 steps, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do show 1 to 10 first. Alright, show 1 to 10 first. After I show 1 to 10, I will do the calculation. So do the calculation, and then finally, finally show it, show it on the console, But 2 and 3 I can do it in one shot as well. As I show you just now on the last line, I can do it one shot on the same line. So now the two, this one is for loop. From 1 to 10, do the calculation. This one is darab lah, right? So it's going to be an X, same like previous question. And then finally show it in the console, where it's console.log, and I think you have a lot of concatenation, which is plus. All right, so that's me. I will just do for var I equals to 0 equals to 1 from 1 to lines. So I smaller than lines, I plus plus. Jangan buat 1 plus plus, nanti your thing will be ni lagi. So for var I equals to 1, I smaller than lines, I plus plus. I will show one line first. All right, we show one line first, which is 1 to this one is 1 to 15. All right, console dot log I. All right, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 14, right? It's 14 because smaller means smaller than. If you want to buat sampai 15, right? If you want to go until 15, you do smaller or equals to 15, right? Smaller or equals to 15, then you will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, so this is smaller than equal. So in this example, smaller means smaller or equals to. This is the real until. Okay, then I start to do one by one. So I plus X. So if I do I plus X, then I will have 1X. All right. It's a lot of concatenation. 12 darab. What I need to do now is the multiplier, right? I plus X plus multiplier, and you see, and then it's it, right? So multiplier. So 1 times 4, 2 times 4, 3 times 4, 4 times 4, and then right? And then I tambah lagi I will just add one more plus equals to. Then you get 1 plus 4, 2 times 4, 3 times 4, 4 times 4. And then finally, this one. Okay, I will let you finish. Once you have finished that, we'll go to the last question. Cepat habis hari ni. So I will let you finish the last one. You can't this time, but just now was okay. Right, plus x plus yes, it should work. Right, plus x plus. Tak apalah Syafiq. Take it as an opportunity to redo all the exercises. Right? So it's an opportunity to redo it back. Right? So kalau semua, if everyone care about Syafiq, don't give your code to Syafiq. Right? If you care, you don't give the code to Syafiq, so that he has to redo everything. Kita boleh belajar balik. Kalau you tak care, you bagilah. So bad. Dia terbalik. If you care, normally you should give. If you don't, if you care, you don't. Syafiq, Syamil, sorry, confused. Syafiq is another old student. Yeah, we don't have Syafiq, right? Is that? Syafiq is actually old student. Sebelum ni ada seorang nama Syafiq. So Ash dah bagi jawapan. Ke bukan? Thank you for correcting, not thank you for giving the answer. Okay, last one. I think Raj shared with you, right? So I times multiplier, right? So ini so the last one is I times multiplier. Then you should get lah, right? 1 times ni and everything. Tak apa, you learn it the hard way. You learn it. Actually, let's say you have this, right? Let's say that I purposely make this error, all right? When the error comes out, all right, you see, it will tell you this number is actually refers to the line that has problem. All right, so 99 here, the 99 here refer to the line which has a problem. So you just see line 99. What is wrong with line 99? Right? Don't like skim everywhere. Just focus on line 99. So it's either 99, the one before or after. It's either that. All right. So and then you cari dari ke bawah. All right. So that's what happened. That's what CodePen will tell you which line. So the CodePen tell you that the line is 999. Right. So that's the reason. That's how you narrow down to find a problem. Okay, the last question for today. Still showing error. Plus X plus. Kenapa ada 4 sini? Plus 4. Ni tak ada semicolon. Missing semicolon here. I think that's one. You see my screen? No semicolon. Okay, so for the I already told you, right? I already told you about but still error for line 125. Which one is 125? This one is error. So betulkan ni. Console.log I plus X plus multiplier plus equals plus 4. For var I equals to 1, I smaller than lines, I plus plus. I smaller than lines. Ini tak ada tau. Bracket ni tak ada tau. I think this is replaced by semicolon. Ini tak ada ni. Bukan tambah, sorry. Replace that one with semicolon. I plus plus. Console.log. Okay. I already told you, right? For the last day of the exam, during the exam, there is this white paper exercise. All right, there is this white paper. Last week I didn't emphasize. All right, last week I didn't emphasize because error is bracket. Okay, you find it already. Okay, you find it okay already. Okay, last week I didn't emphasize, all right, because you still new and everything. I don't want to but this is the kind of problem. This is the kind of question that you will get. Right? This is the kind of question that you will get. Right? I will give you these questions, and then you have to answer in front of me. I will see. At that time, you share your screen. You will open your camera. So that your camera is not looking at your notes or your answer or anything. So you have to. You can only see, you can only look at me, right? You can only look at me. All right, but the thing is, these are the questions that might come up. All right, so I'm not going to make it hard. I will pin this to channels. All right, I will pin this to the channel. So over here, guys, actually you can see the pin message, and you can see all the one that I pinned. You can always refer it back. All right, this one is for the entire class. So I will pin it to channel. These are the questions that will come out on the last day. All right, you might need to do any of this. Right. So along the way, we're going to answer the question together. End of module 1. Right. So along the way, we're going to do this together. You just need to memorize the steps. You can even go to the limit where you memorize the answer, but I don't think that's a good. I don't think that's a good way to do it. You can go to the limit, you memorize the code, but I think importantly memorize the step. All right. I think that last time I have one intern. She memorize the answer. So don't memorize the answer. Memorize the steps. When is the exam and schedule? You check at the email that Isha gave, right? You check the email that Isha gave. I think our last class is Monday, so it's either Monday or Tuesday or Friday on that week. Because I might be absent along the way, right? Macam last week I missed one day. Because of other meetings, right? They extended my meeting until night, so it might happen to you guys. So it's either Monday, Tuesday, or Friday. Normally it's scheduled on the Monday, but I assume that your last class will not be that Monday. I might kadang-kadang things happen, so it might be Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. You have to Friday. You have to assume that we also have class. All right, so basically that's how we're going to do it. These are the questions that might come out. All right, no secrets. I'm not going to hide you the questions. You need to know the steps, understand the steps, and then just answer. It's very easy. It's not that hard. All right. We're going to do one. You are going to do one today. The one that you're going to do is fees bus. So I'm going to share with you the questions now. All right. Ignore the first one. It's the second questions. Right. So this is the questions that will come out on the exam. All right. And then you have to know how to do it. All right. So write a program that uses console.log to print all the numbers from 1 to 100. Right. With two exceptions. For the numbers that are divisible by 3, print fees instead of the number. And for numbers divisible by 5 and not 3, print bus. And fees bus for numbers that are divisible by both 3 and 5. All right, so what does it mean? Very easy, right? You just do 1. All right, I want something like this on the console. All right, 1, 2, fees. All right, because it's divisible by 3 and then we have 4, 5 is bus. And then 6, right? Fees. All right, 7, 8, 9, fees balik ya. 10, bus. 11, fees. 13, I'm going to lose this game. All right, 15, right? Fees, bus. 16, 17, right? Fees. 19, right? Fee, bus. All right, 21. 21 fees. Right, etc. Alright, sampai 100. Alright, so you're going to do this. Well, don't type, don't type. It's not a game. It's something that you have to do this programmatically. Alright, write a program. Alright, programmatically. Create a program that will show this inside console. Alright, any questions for this question? So for this one, do it now, sir. So you may ask either of it. Yeah, this is the exam question. So you do it now. So you have the answer. Then you remember the answer. I think 20 minutes. Your exam is 20 minutes. Not now it's not the exam. Now is we do it together. You get the schema jawapan and then you try to remember. And then tomorrow you will get more questions on this. All right. I'm not going to give you new questions. I just want you to do something. This is the exam question. All right. This is the exam question. One of it. One of it. So you somebody might get this, somebody might get this, somebody might get this, somebody might get this. No, one question only for each person. But each of you will not get the same questions. The generator they will give you. All right. Today you will do Fibonacci. Today you do Fizzbuzz. So my machine, not machine lah. Next week you will learn how to create it. He will give you what question you need to do. Okay, so if you ni kita ni 20 minutes. Alright, now 9:50. So we 10:10. Alright, 10:10, and then we give you, and then let's see by 10:10, let's see how far are you. Because the exam is 20 minutes, so let's assume it's 20 minutes for you to do it for the first time as well. You are more concerned of the exam than how to resolve the questions. Most of the questions that will come is about the exam rather than how to solve this. Yeah, today just exercise. Today just exercise. Let's see how heck you have to do it by your own. Let's see. Oh, sorry. I think ni. So what you're going to do? All right, what you're going to do? Sorry, I forgot. Just because you guys you asked question, I also forgot to explain to you. Tersilap tadi. I should explain to you what you should do. You open CodePen, all right? You open CodePen. You press save. You give it the name here, all right? You give this a name, JS Notes. JS Notes 1, all right? You press save, all right? And then you create a new pen, right click, create a new pen. All right click on your name, create a new pen. And then this one you call it Fizzbuzz, right? Then you answer here. Sorry, I should ask you to do that. Then you answer everything here. Okay. 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 Right. Some of you might get it. Some of you might need more time. Let's do this. Let's do this. Right. So let's do this first. Make it section by section. All right. Make it section by section. Try to figure out what's the closest reference, figure out what's the tools you need, come up with a solution. All right. So number one, so make it section by section. So you have to have this habit, 3 steps. Let's say that there are 3 steps. What is it? Let's say you have these big problems, you want to resolve it on 3 steps. What will the 3 steps be? Okay. So I will just put my idea, all right, for number one. I will show 1 to 100 first. All right, and then I will do multiplied by 3, or multiplied. I think by now you understand, all right. If I put modulo 3, all right, I will put I will do condition for modulo 3. All right. I will do condition for modulo 5. I will do condition for modulo 15. All right. So actually, I put there 5 as a reference lah, right? But if you need 4 also you can. So I put there 3 as a reference. Right, and then that's yeah. So make it section by section. Then I will do condition for module 3, condition for module 5, condition for 15. And then just put it there so that you and then for the others. All right, I will show the number. All right, so once you have this section by section, figure out what's the closest reference. All right, so modulo, all right, modulo just now, you have 1 to 100, all right, 1 to 100 is nil, all right, 1 to 100 is list number from 1 to 10, all right, change to 1 to 100. All right, I think that one is quite straightforward. And then the modulo, all right, modulo is the prime number exercise. All right, so refer to that. From there, you figure out what's the tools that you need. All right, so from there you figure out what's the tool that you need. So I for loop. All right, if I need to list down something, all right, if I need to list down something, I will need to have the for loop. Right. If I have to check condition by condition, all right, even by its name as well, even by its name, you know that what is there. So if else, right? If else. All right. Actually, it's either if else or if else if. All right, else. All right. So I think you know the first one, the first exercise that we did is if else. The second exercise that we did if else. All right. So that's the second exercise that we did. Okay. So that's and then the last one will be the mathematics. Right. You have modulo, for example. Right. Modulo. All right. So once you need actually how you do this also is by what you did previously, right? You have to know what you have done. You have to understand what you did previously. Then only you can find out all this. So that's why I recommend you to redo. Even it's not if there is one part that you are not so sure and anything, and you redo balik. All right. You redo. The key is you redo until you don't need to see. All right. Prime number. How to check prime number? Sorry, how to check? Did I write prime number? Sorry, it's not prime number. Sorry, it's not odd and even number. Your prime number is tomorrow, right? Your prime number is tomorrow. Okay. So how to do odd and even number, right? Can you do it without? Cool aja kan? Can you do it cool aja without checking anything? So you try to redo the exercise until that part. All right, once you have done that, all right, then you come up with a solution, right? Then meticulously you come up with a solution. So this one I will not give the answer. I just want to show you your steps. All right, I just want to show you the steps. Try to use this as a reference, and then you try to update anything that's missing, and then let me know tomorrow if you have any problems. All right, tomorrow, you let me know if you have any problem. If you need my answer, you let me know tomorrow. If you need, if nobody have problem, then I assume nobody need the answer lah. All right. So tomorrow you let me know if you have any problems. All right, just to ni balik. All right, just to show you the things that I shared last week. All right, about problem solving. Right, we're talking about problem solving and everything. So I think today it might be clearer. Where was it? Okay, today it might be clearer. When I said, all right, when I said you have one big problem, for example, if else, right? One big problem. You have the if else, all right? You try to make it a small problem. That's what we call decomposing. Right? You have me? Don't try to do everything. Don't try to do everything one shot. You try. Okay, what did you do? All right, try to do this first. Try to do this first. Even like if you're building an app, man, you don't try to do the entire thing. All right, you do like, all right, let's do the order module first. Let's do the product module first. Let's do the restaurant module first, right? So that's what we call decompose. Right? It's a smaller problem, and then that smaller problem can have a smaller problem. Now I give you a small problem, then you find a smaller problem, right? You might have a big problem that will become a small problem. Then that small problem will become a smaller problem. So that's decompose. Then you have pattern recognition. Pattern recognition, right? You know IQ test, kan? You know, you have like sometimes IQ test. Macam ni kan, alright. This is an example of pattern recognition. Alright, you see a pattern, right? And then you come up what this, right? So this is an example of pattern recognition, right? You see this, alright. You come up with that's the theory part of pattern recognition. So this is what people say, and if you want to practice your programming, you do all this a lot. Right? You do all this IQ tests a lot. But what is pattern recognition in this case is, you know, what you have this set of questions, you have this set of exercises that you have done, right? You have this set of exercises that you have done, that you have the answer, right? What you did is now, what you need to do now is to find out the similarity and see which one you can reuse, right? So that's the idea of pattern recognition. Nanti you tengok lah, right? When you do module 2 or module 3 with me, kan? I also don't memorize all the code. I do one video, and after, okay, let's copy paste the code. Right? Because the important is we know what we use, and then we try to reuse it back. Right? We have to identify. This sama lah. This is similar to this. Alright. The fact that you identify that, sama lah ni. Right? That's what we call a pattern recognition. And then abstraction, right? Abstraction, you don't see it yet today, all right? It's actually making a function. So you see either tomorrow or after tomorrow. So you do something to create a function. So for example, right, you might want to create a function, check odd or even. But the one I don't want to go in detail. We will do it tomorrow. And then another one is algorithm. So algorithm is creating the steps, right? Algorithm is creating the steps, right? Number 1, do this. Number 2, do this. Number 3, do this. Number 4, do this. Okay, so that's the fourth step of decomposition. Fourth step of computational thinking, right? So how we apply it here. Nanti again, if you are bored, all right, if you think that you want to do something, all right, if you think that you want to do something, you can have a look at CS50, computational thinking, right? The thing is called, the course is called computational thinking. Right, have a look at this. Because normally I'm like I will.
If you're looking for a CRM, get Monday.com's flexible CRM solution. They can match 0 and 1. Well,
semua ada, right? It's explain more about it. All right, it's explain more about it. Normally when I teach, I teach like this, right? I'm more you come up with your brain. But all right. Why I recommend, if you want, you can play Scratch with he explained it macam ni lah, he explained how to write, he explained that you can try on Scratch and everything, right? But this one is, just now you were talking about coding for kids, right? If you want, you can try Scratch. No, normally kan in university they will do with Scratch first, then only they will do on code. Alright, so if you need to take one step back, alright, let's say if it's, because some of you might shy to say to me, susah lah sir. Right, if you want to take one step back, alright, just have a quick look at this video, and then try to play with Scratch first. Nothing embarrassing playing with Scratch. Alright, so that's the idea. So the question that you get today, right, whatever that you will have today, and tomorrow you will get one more level up, one more level, until you finish at least how many? You see how many questions that we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, at least 12 problems for this module. Okay, so any questions so far? Okay, if there is no questions, we ni, all your WhatsApp, your message, your slide that need me to check your codes, I will do it from time to time. I will do it from time to time, and then if anything, I will just let you know. All the last week, last Monday punya, last Friday punya code. Alright, so I know some of you resent, but I said nothing, right? But I will check it from time to time. Sama semalam, actually my car broke down. I have to change battery, so that's why I thought I wanted to do yesterday, but yesterday I end up changing battery.